Hi, I'm Matthew Buzzy. This is John Burek, and we're here with the Acemagic X1. From all initial appearances, a pretty standard and straightforward business laptop on the outside, and on the interior as well. You can run through the specs for me.
Yeah, so this looks like Matt said, a very basic productivity laptop. It's got a Core i7-1255U. It's an Alder Lake chip, couple of generations behind. 16 gigs of memory, terabyte SSD, and a 1080p screen, which is IPS technology, so I'm not sure how it's coming across in the camera here, but pretty, basic screen technology.
Standard fare, the specs as well, performance-wise, like those aren't going to, top any charts, but that's a pretty average business office laptop that you might, get from your company.
Right, but you'll notice also there's a sort of an apparatus going down the side of the screen here, and it's a watch band hinge. So I'm going to step back a little bit and let Matt show you this laptop superpower.
Yes, obviously, there's something extra about this laptop for us to be showing it to you. You have to stand it upright so that the screen doesn't drag, but you get two displays built into one, kind of a built-in second monitor setup for you. This hinge, you have to be a little careful. As you can see, it's a little wobbly, but you get the idea right off the bat, right? I mean, that's a second screen built into your laptop.
Yes, we have two 1080p screens here. Now, ordinarily, if you were set up with a external monitor, you would have a USB-C cable connecting it. You can put it on the left, put it on the right. This builds it in, all together, in one device. And the interesting thing is the list price is $12.99, discounted at the time that we're doing this video to $8.99, which for a productivity laptop plus a second screen, which is a unique design, is kind of interesting.
Reasonable, yeah. Those parts shouldn't be too expensive, and the $12.99 list price, maybe if I didn't know about the second screen, I'd be a little concerned about that. But once you bring it all together, and especially at the sale price, that's a reasonable package.
Right. So there's a bunch of ways that you can use this machine. I mean, obviously you can sit in front of it and have a second monitor there, so you got your main work on one screen and your secondary, apps or email or other communication stuff on the other screen, like with any portable display.
Right.
But there's a bunch of other stuff you could do here as well.
Yes. For when it was turned in this position towards the back, and I can redo that for you, the screen is actually on when it is, back here. It's not only active in the moment where you extend it all the way. I'm not sure exactly what use case. Maybe if you have to present or show somebody something who's looking at you from the other side, and you can both see the same thing. Right. That way you can continue your own slides, and be presenting to people.
I think it's like a presenter mode, right? Yeah, because you can see what's going on the screen here and control it, and have everybody on the outside see what's going on, on the second screen.
Yes.
And if we turn it around, there's
cut back to there and drag our screen back out here. Now you do, as I said, if it's not lean forward, it does kind of drag on the desk, so you do have to make sure you lift it up. And again, execution-wise, while this is cool, this is a little floppier, I think, than maybe is ideal. It doesn't give you the sense, as you can see, you move it a little, it really, really kind of flops around. So could be a little sturdier. I'm not sure, if I bought this, how confident I would be kind of wheeling it around and all day. Yeah. So the reason we open this back up here is to show you these cool hardware buttons, which I think are one of the more neat inclusions. Normally on a traditional desktop or laptop, when you want to change the display settings, you have to go into the Windows settings, search for those buttons that say extend my display, duplicate my display, show only on one or two. They move those into hardware buttons here, which are lit up to show you which mode is active, and you can just, by a single click, swap between which monitor it's going to show on. So this should be the main screen only, and then B goes over to shifting to the second display, should you want to do that for any workflow reason. What we had on by default kind of was the extend mode. I think that's probably the most useful because then you actually get two displays at once. And then this is, of course, the duplicate, which has its own different use cases to show the same thing at the same time. So kind of a neat, in my opinion, better than actual how most normal PCs do it. Just hardware buttons let you flip between them.
Right. If you're using like a portable monitor alongside, connected, say, by USB-C, oftentimes you plug it in, it's fine, but you then have to go into the Windows display settings menu or use an FN key combination. This is a kind of more elegant way of doing it.
Yep.
So the way you can use this is, side by side, front to, screen on either side, presentation mode, and it's kind of flexible.
Flexible-ish, right? Like, depends on your workflow. I think you could probably come up with different, people are probably having different reactions. I could use it for XYZ, but, it has its limits.
Right. I also wonder about the choice to have this display extend out the left as opposed to the right.
Yeah, I think that's...
Maybe it's you're mousing on the right.
Maybe, so they want you look. Yeah,
I'm not entirely sure if there is a there's logic there.
There's a hardware reason
that we're not privy to. But actually, speaking of multiple displays, so display 1, display 2, there's also an HDMI port and a USB-C capable display port on this machine. So you couldn't have you can't use both of the external display ports along with these two screens, but you can have 3 displays going on it.
Maybe that's why they want to leave you room for your big actual standard monitor over here.
Good point.
Complete the setup, because if it's swung out the right, then maybe you're out of luck.
Right. So yeah, so you do have some more flexibility beyond just the 2 screens here, as a normal laptop would let you at least put another portable monitor alongside. You can have 1, 2, and maybe another portable monitor here. So that's a possibility.
Screens are endless.
There we go.
Yeah, we've seen a number of dual screen laptops in different designs. Not really quite like this. This is more like when you carry around an external monitor and plug it into your laptop. That's more of what we're getting at here.
Right.
There's a lot of, the Asus Duo is one we really like with the 2 screens that kind of fold, and it's one seamless display built into one device. So this is, I guess, the hottest trend to try to figure out, because it's a good idea. You can get the appeal of having 2 screens, but all these manufacturers are taking a bit of a different approach to how to get there.
Right. Yeah, and actually the most important thing we did not point out up to this point is there's a small gold logo on the keyboard deck here. Matt, would you like to get into that?
Yeah. Try to give you a close-up there. It says, "Stay hungry, stay foolish." Not sure if that's a company tagline or anything like that. It's, I don't know if something was lost in translation, perhaps. Not really coming clear to me what exactly that means. That might just be their sort of internal motivating tagline.
Right. All right, so on that note, we're going to fold up the Acemagic X1 like so. And I don't know about you, Matt, but I'm starting to feel a little hungry.
I'm feeling a little foolish myself, so see you later.